Welcome back to the Doomsday Show. This is our show for Tuesday, January 9th. At least we hope it is. You can see it at any time after that, because after all, we're on. Once we make one of these shows, it's always available till Doomsday. And as you know, unexpected things can happen. But today I'm going to talk to you about something very important. Everybody talks about Doomsday coming in the form of World War III. And they say how World War III couldn't be triggered today. But did you know that the United States and major forces are now moving right now to create a doomsday scenario in the country of Somalia? It seems that there are a group of people called the United Islamic Courts have taken over part of the country that we've been trying to build a UN, US-backed government there. Prime Minister Getty is trying to organize it and keep them alive. And this is in a country that hasn't had a stable government since 1990. Not after the famous General Bari was knocked out of power. That's true. Before that, General Bari was a successful leader of a coup in 1969. He overthrew the only democratically elected government of Somalia. Absolutely. President Sharmaki had a government that had opposition parties and freedom of press and access to education. Unforgivable sins and on the African continent. After all, we couldn't have that. Not with the evil Russians having taken positions in different places. Now, people say it was UN-backed, but the Russians also had a great job with Bari. So he was a general opportunity Armageddonist who took over the country. But that's irrelevant because his country fell in 1990. But what has happened is that this United Islamic Court, who believes Shia law, which means the Quran, which means they want very strict sort of laws, kind of like the Christian fundamentalists in the United States want to have here. They want to have biblical law. It's a very strict sort of law. Women have to wear, can't be seen. You can be stoned. Oh, it's a great law. It keeps you from sinning because sinning is really dangerous there. I love the United States. Sin, at least, is only between you and God. There, it's between you, God, and the courts. But then what has happened is Ethiopia. Now, wait a minute. Ethiopia, you're asking me. Isn't that the dirt poor country that we're donating large sums of money to and sending missionaries to? Christian Ethiopia is now attacking? Yeah, the same Ethiopia we used to make jokes about? You don't remember the jokes? I mean, like, how many Ethiopians could fit into a shower? None? They keep slipping down the drain? Yeah, that Ethiopia. I know. Then they have enough money, actually $10 million of American money on top of it for military aid, to bomb Somalia. It's amazing. And they're throwing these things. They entered Mogadishu, the capital of this poor Somalian country, which has not known peace. And the Ethiopians have been bombed to a town called Amy. No, that's not the girl next door. This is a little town in Kenya. And blew that up. And the Kenya go, oh, wait, we're not going to have this happen. And they closed their borders with Somalia. And the foreign minister, Tuju, said any Somalian politicians, like 5 ministers who held a press conference, says Ethiopia should leave Somalia, would be arrested. And Tuju had him arrested. And we still don't know where these ministers are. We don't know if they're at the bottom of a deep grave in the middle of a prison or have been let go to go to Morocco or something. We don't know. That's what it's like in Africa. And so they blocked us off. So now we have these countries. And the United States, of course, backing all these people, decided to put their navy in. So this poor group of Islamic people, whom are terrorists, at least the fighters are. I can't say much for the women and children, and I hope that they will be spared. But of course, we know this is doomsday, and they can't possibly be spared, because all of us will eventually die. The United States Navy is going to keep these boats in, so they can't have any refugees. Isn't that an amazingly scenario for real misery? Guns and bombs and tanks in your house, and it's been there for a long time. Hey kids, go out to play and avoid those bomb shelters. Hey kids, go out there and don't hit the potholes. Hey, if you see anything laying on the ground that looks like a grenade, don't touch it. A lot different from what we tell us in us civilized countries. But this wasn't enough. Our Secretary General, and it's strange we call him Secretary General, live now Russia, once a godless communist country, now a country basically on capitalistic means and many religions. Isn't that a better thing? But Secretary General used to be the name of the guy in charge of the Soviets, but it isn't here. It's one of those quirky little things. After all, the UN is not trying to take us out. Has offered to say, and it's, this guy's name, Ban Ki-moon. Yeah, we have a new Secretary General. And his first thing he's asking empowers us to send troops. And so the country Uganda is sending in 1,000 troops right away into this big mess. And Nigeria, Tanzania, Egypt, and South Africa are also deeply considering sending in peacekeepers to back the UN government in Somalia. The only person here who should be more miserable than miserable is the poor Somali farmer caught in the middle. How would you like to be that Somali farmer? So the next time you want to complain how hard your life is, realize God does believe in misery. He wants people to understand that we're all going to die. How we get there is our own choice. And I don't see a greater scenario to bring possibility of World War III than what's happening right now in Somalia. Unless it's items happening in Iraq or Darfur, South Korea, North Korea, wait, Pakistan, India. Oh my, but Somalia today is particularly miserable. So I want you to think about that possibility of doomsday, because this war could turn hot any minute. This is Right Reverend Rizer asking you to pray for the Somali people today. And I'll see you tomorrow. If not, it's the end of the world.